Devonta Smith and AJ Brown probably had their best game of the season, and when their best was needed, they were at their best. Late in the game, AJ Brown, Devonta Smith making big time plays to put their team ahead. We're going to be getting into some of the best plays from this game, so make sure you guys hit the like, hit the subscribe button, leave me a comment down below, and we will get straight into it. Okay, a lot of cover two from the Vikings in this game. Some man sprinkled in there, but they do a lot of this invert cover two. They're obviously going to bring pressure as well. They play man, but right here you're going to get man early on in the game, and AJ Brown just gets. He just catches the defensive back sleeping. He's got Josh Metellus on him. You see, he's not really able to get open right here. Jalen Hurts is eventually going to find him. He just keeps him on that downfield shoulder, eventually turns upfield, and it's a perfect ball from Jalen Hurts for the touchdown. So a little bit unconventional right here. Obviously, when you talk about Jalen Hurts, a lot of times you talk about how much time he has in the pocket. Let's count it down. Or let's count it. 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. Almost 5 seconds, 4.5 seconds in the pocket before he's able to get the ball off. I think league average, these guys are releasing the ball at like 2.5 seconds. So this boy has a lot of time in the pocket. Next play. They're going to get it to Devonta Smith, and you're going to get to see that invert cover two that they were running. So watch Harrison Smith down here at the bottom of the screen. You're going to watch Isaiah Rodgers. He's going to, no, actually, this is not it right here. This is just straight cover two. But you see they get into it from a different angle. So right here is your flat defender up here. He's going to shift out. Right here's your half-field your half-field corner. He ends up being your half-field player. Here's your half-field player. Isaiah Rodgers is your flat. They don't do, I didn't see a ton of Tampa 2 in this game. And that's really what hurt them in this game, I think, is not running Tampa 2. Running just straight cover 2. The middle of the field was wide open. And you'll see why it hurt them so bad in this game. But right here, Devonta Smith, they're going to shift out into that cover 2. And he just hooks up behind that DN linebacker right there. I think that's Dallas Turner right there. He's going to hook up right behind Dallas Turner. And it's an easy completion. Nothing crazy right there. But keep on watching. It gets better. So now you're going to run the fallout route. You got mirrored fallout routes. This is something we actually ran in college. I can't remember if we ran this in the USFL, but we ran this in college. And then you got the benders on the inside, but 18 to 15 yard fallout routes at the top of the break. And Devonta Smith gets open on it. Really good job of him getting into the blind spot of this corner right here. You get into the blind spot. They don't know where you are. Are you going vertical? Are you sitting it down? They don't know. But what they do have to do is protect themselves and get the hell out of there. He gets up out of there as soon as he starts to run fast and get on his horse. Devonta Smith hits the brakes, and it's a big-time completion, explosive play, and a first down. Really, really good job right there. Here we go right here. Once again, they're getting into that invert cover 2. Watch Harrison Smith. This is the one I was talking about. Harrison Smith is going down here. He's also shifting with AJ Brown, but he's going to get down here. He's going to play the half field. He's going to play the flat. He's going to be that flat defender. He's your half field defender. He's your half field defender, and he's your flat defender right here. Middle of the field is absolutely wide open because they bring such exotic blitzes. They're bringing their backers. You don't know which backer is going to blitz all the time. There's holes, and there's holes in the zone right here, and the Eagles are able to take advantage of it. They get the ball into Devonta Smith's hands. Phenomenal job right there. Here you go right here. I think they're going to go to Devonta Smith right here. They are. So once again, they're going to that inverted cover 2. Harrison Smith is going to be your flat defender right here. Isaiah Rodgers is going to end up being your half field safety with post routes, which is what they're going to run right here. They're going to run a post with an under and a deep over, or maybe if you want to even call it an in route, they're going to run an in route. But really, you're trying to hit the post. You're trying to take a shot down the field. The middle of the field is open, wide open with this deep, with this inverted cover 2 that they're trying to play. And I think he's really a flat defender. I just think he's dropping so deep because he's going to rally to anything short. And he doesn't really have anything responsible in the flats right now. But I want you to watch Devonta Smith. A lot of times receivers will run like what we call a burst corner. So they're going to take a slight inside release. And honestly, on the burst corner, you're probably taking a harder inside release on this. But watch, he's still going down inside on the stem. He's eventually going to bow back out. And that's what forces Isaiah Rodgers to flip his hips. You got to respect that. And as soon as he flips his hips, Devonta Smith is taking it back inside. And like I said, the middle of the field is wide open. You got this half-field defender over here. You got this half-field defender over here. Nobody in the middle of the field. If you can get there and you can get enough time in the pocket, it can be a big-time explosive play. And it was for the Eagles right here. Really good job. Phenomenal job, man. Good route. Good execution. Everything was flawless right there. Here we go right here. I really think they had the out and up right here. It's going to look like a 3 double cloud look pre-snap. Like you look like that's a flat corner. three high safeties or three high defenders and then another flat corner. A lot of disguises from this Vikings defense. Brian Flores has been doing this for a long time. He knows exactly what he's doing. They're going to shift into a cover three. He's in a third. He's in a third. He's in probably a hook curl flat. He's probably in a hook curl flat. This is your one high safety, but you see the distribution right there. Once the routes get worked out, you get to see the cover three distribution, 3 over top, 4 underneath. They end up only rushing 4. Either way, Devonta Smith is going to run this out and up right here, and I think he had it. I think he's got a step right there. I mean, if you're even, you're leaving. He's even right there, and he's leaving. But Jalen Hurts does not have the right type of time in the pocket that you need to be able to execute something like this, so he's eventually going to scramble. We lose Devonta Smith off the camera, off the screen, but he comes back in. He's working back to the ball like you should when your quarterback's looking for an outlet when he's scrambling. He does just that. And it's a big-time play for the Eagles. Once again, a big explosive play for Devonta Smith. I think Devonta Smith had like 190 in this game. Don't have the stats pulled up right in front of me, but he had a big-time game, man. Big-time game. So once again, this Tampa 2, or not even, I keep calling it Tampa 2 because we see so much Tampa 2 these days. But the cover 2, they're running this inverted cover 2. So Byron Murphy's going to be playing the flat. He's going to be your flat corner. Devonta Smith gets rerouted a little bit. You got Harrison Smith once again down here in that inverted Tampa 2 or cover 2. He's going to be your flat defender. Half field corner right here, half field defender, and your half field defender way high up top. They're bringing pressure on this one. So you're trying to force the ball out of Jalen Hurts' hands, but they have it protected. They're max protecting it. You're leaving your tight end in. You're leaving your running back in for protection. We got time, baby. Devonta Smith is eventually going to get wide open in the middle of the field, and he's just wide open. There's no really middle defenders because they're bringing the blitz. They only have one backer. I think Metellus is actually a safety, nickel, backer, whatever he is. He's in the middle, and he's got to choose. You got the in route that he's not even looking at from Devonta Smith, and then you got Dallas Goedert, who eventually goes out after checking for protection. He gets a little chip block, and then he's going out. Devonta Smith is sitting in the middle of the field. This is actually a close call right here from Devonta Smith and Jalen Hurts, but Devonta Smith's got strong hands. He brings the ball in. I don't even know if they might have ruled this incomplete. They might have ruled it incomplete. He bobbled it a little bit, but it looks like it moved around a little bit. Probably incomplete. Either way, middle of the field was wide open. That was the point I was trying to make on that play. Here you go right here. They're going to get the ball into A.J. Brown's hands. This was a really big play in the game. This is a third down. Once again, a staple of this Eagles offense is that boy Jalen Hurts about to have time. He doesn't have a ton of he's got time, but the pocket's closing in on him. He's got to make something happen. He's eventually going to scramble out towards A.J. Brown's way. And I want you to watch A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown, I believe they run the fallout route with A.J. Brown once again here. Yeah, they run the fallout route at the sticks, and he's really open. But Jalen Hurts doesn't have enough time in the pocket to throw it to him. So A.J. Brown's just standing there. Just standing. He's eventually, and this is really good. As soon as, watch A.J. Brown. This is beautiful, man. I love football. This is amazing. Watch, as soon as he sees Jalen Hurts scramble out of the pocket, he's going to say, okay, he's going to need an outlet. I might be that outlet. I'm probably that outlet. Softly run upfield, get into his chest, and violently come back to the ball. Really, really good job right here. Easy up the field, violently come back to the ball, give your quarterback an outlet, catch it, first down. Really big time play from A.J. Brown. Beautiful play from A.J. Brown. That was amazing, man. That was amazing. Here you go right here. Once again, you're going to try to get the ball into Devonta Smith's hands. They're going to get into that invert cover 2. Once again, you got your Byron Murphy playing the flat down here. Your half-field safety playing really high up. And then you're getting Isaiah Rodgers out of there to play that half-field safety. And then you got Harrison Smith playing your flat corner. Devonta Smith doesn't get rerouted this time, but he's going to push upfield and get to the middle of the field. Once again, they're not playing that Tampa. So the middle of the field is just wide open if you can protect long enough and get there. And it is wide open. They can protect long enough, and he can get there. Eventually, he's going to get it to him. And it's just a huge play, man. And in the middle, I don't know what they're trying to stop here. I don't know what the Vikings are trying to stop here. I'm not in their meeting room or anything like that. But this is incredibly open in the middle of the field. Incredibly open. I mean, you cannot lose this guy right here. You can't do it. You just can't do it. Big time play from the Eagles. Here you go right here. A.J. Brown is going to score his second touchdown of the game. You see they brought him in I think they did like a yo-yo motion. He goes down, comes back out. You're just trying to get an idea of what coverage they're playing. What is the coverage? It's going to be one high man. They're bringing a little pressure with the middle Mike backer, but it's going to be man coverage. Really physical with Byron Murphy here in coverage. And I think, honestly, in this, to keep Harrison Smith far away from the throw that you're trying to get, I think you would love for Devonta Smith to cross his face. Get him out of the play. He doesn't necessarily do that, but A.J. Brown gets open. Jalen Hurts puts a beautiful ball on it, and watch it right there. Slight bend on the post right there. Really turns into a vertical, but really, really good job right there. one-on-one. Been waiting for A.J. Brown to really break out. He's had a few good games, but nothing really crazy. Him and Devonta Smith both went crazy in this game. Really good job right there. Really, really good job right there. Beautiful football, man. Here we go. Once again, late in the game, they're trying to get a stop here. So these are the two biggest plays of the game for me. We're right here. It's second down right here. They're gonna bring him up. It's second down, and they got the lead. It's 28-22 at this point. I think that was the final score. They're trying to ice the game. They need a first down. They need to be able to chew some clock. So what is Brian Flores gonna do? Zero pressure. Get the ball out of his hands. Let's pressure him up. They're going to bring A.J. Brown into pre-snap motion. You see the safety down here telling him, hey, no, we're blitzing everybody. We're blitzing everybody. Get there if you can. They got 6 to protect. They got the running back and 5 linemen. They're rushing 7. So what does Jalen Hurts know? I am not going to have enough time to protect it. I don't have enough to protect this. He's not bringing this tight end in. I'm not going to have enough time. So I need to get the ball out soon. And they got these slants on. So he does have an answer. It's just not an accurate pass. A.J. Brown goes with the yo-yo motion once again, bringing him in. Motion back out, and let's go. He goes, he runs the slant. Isaiah Rodgers is driving on it. He's got that free rusher in his face. Unfortunately, Jalen Hurts isn't able to step into the throw, and he's not able to deliver it accurately to A.J. Brown. Incomplete pass. Got it. But Nick Sirianni, offensive play caller, I don't even know if Nick Sirianni is I think it's actually Petula. But Nick Sirianni is obviously their head coach. You see something like that, and you're like, oh, they're driving on the slant. What do we need to do? Let's run a sluggo, man. They're, once again, late in the game. Now, that incomplete pass did stop the clock, but they're still trying to get the Eagles offense off the field. I believe this was third down at this point. I actually don't have the full on here, so I can't even see the down and distance, but I believe this was third down at this point. They need a first down. We know they're driving on the slant. We know they're trying to get the ball out of our hands. We need an answer immediately. So what are they going to do? The Vikings, once again, look like they're bringing zero pressure, but these two just look a little, they don't look so sure of it for me. Either way, Jalen Hurts, all he knows pre-snap is, I got 7 on the line of scrimmage. I got 6 to protect. I'm not going to have enough time. So he's got to get the ball off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, actually, he has 7. So he keeps the tight end in this time. But still, you know they're bringing pressure. They're actually going to drop a couple out. But watch A.J. Brown here. A.J. Brown's going to drive, make it look like he's running the slant. Sluggo. Hello. Jalen Hurts gets the ball out. A.J. Brown catches it. And that is ball game, folks. That is ball game. Phenomenal, phenomenal game from this Eagles offense. Phenomenal game from Jalen Hurts. I believe this was his best game of the season, but just really, really good job. Really good execution late in the game. Really good play calling from the play caller, Petula, who's caught some heat lately, but really good job from the Eagles. Phenomenal game, and A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith have woken up, man. Unfortunately for me, I did not play Devonta Smith on my fantasy team, but phenomenal game from the Eagles, phenomenal game from everybody involved. NFL football is amazing. You guys let me know in the comments what you thought about this game from the Eagles. I appreciate you guys tapping into the channel. Please hit the subscribe button, leave me a like down below, and I will catch you folks next time. See you later.